Hey everybody, it is Monday, October 24th around 2:30, and we've had an interesting week. It is, oh, let me stop that. Oops, let me just hit that button. So, yeah, I was sitting here cleaning remotes and espresso machines. I find having the mask on relaxes me and makes me feel easier. Let's check out the chat and see who's here. I can't see crap through this, and it's getting very hot. Anyway, whew, much better. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Sourcing hasn't been that great. I haven't found a lot of stuff. Interesting. I did find that it's a Jura espresso machine last weekend, and I paid $5 for it, and I've taken all week kind of cleaning it up, threw all the parts in the washing machine, not the washing machine, dishwasher. You guys know what I mean. And still got grinds in there trying to get it out. But I finally just took pictures of it. I just listed it before the show came on for $2.99. They sell for like $900 new because the tray has some stains in it, and I'm gonna have to clean out the coffee grinds. I figured $2.99 is a good price. And then 2 minutes before I pressed the live button, I already got an offer for $200. You know what? I'm gonna wait an hour or two, and if I don't get any other offers or someone doesn't buy it, then I'm gonna take the $200. You know, Deb's new fast burn, turn and burn, Chad and Deb's little philosophy there. Yeah, from $5, I'll take the $200 instead of $300. I don't care. So that just happened. So yeah, let's go ahead and start in the chat because Deb's already causing trouble, and see who is in the chat with me. Not a lot of people, but that's okay. Like I said, I mainly do this for ease of recording videos. We got Dwayne. Lucy showed up in the beginning. Swamp Picker, and Johnny, and Deb, and Deb, and Deb, and Deb, and Deb, and there's Sherry. I hope I pronounced that right, Sherry. And Deb. Yep, I'm probably going to take the money run. Since I just listed it, I'm going to give it an hour or two just in case, because sometimes somebody will pop in and take the full price. So it won't. I'll accept the offer before the end of the night. So last week, we had an interesting week last week. We had the little PayPal notification glitch that teased us with notifications that were 3 days old. And then we had the great hack of the internet on Friday, which killed my great week, or not killed it, interrupted it. And I was having a great $200, $300 a day until Friday, the little hack. And then I only had $100 that day. Then it picked back up after that. So I can show you last week. Last week, the goals were to make $1,200 online. And then liquor, sure. I'm sorry, Sherry just distracted me there. I don't know liquor. And you're talking to the wrong person there. But it was my goal was to make $1,200 for the week online. You know, that's eBay, my website, Amazon, affiliates, whatever. I wanted to create 18 new decals and list 30 new items on eBay. So this is the first half of the week. So there's my listings. Let's see, new decals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 13, 17, 22, 27. So yep, I made the new decal. And then eBay, I mean, those all went in eBay as well. So there's 27 right there. But the hard items in eBay was 7, 22, and 27. So I did about 40 something listings on eBay, including the decals. So that was good. And money wise, I don't know if you can read my pencil scribbling in there, but I started out great Monday at 230, 223 on Tuesday, and 652 on Wednesday. But that was also, I discovered 2 affiliate accounts I forgot all about and cashed those out. And that was $142 and $30. So that was like found money. So that was great. And then Thursday, 340. And then there's Friday. That great hack of the internet, it dropped down to 109. And all of that was after 2 o'clock because we got hit in the West Coast in the afternoon. Well, you East Coast just got hit in the morning. And so after it cleared up in the afternoon, I got the 109 sales, but then jumped back up to 267 on Saturday and 192. So I actually had a $2,008 week. That's one of my better weeks, and that ink is still wet and getting on my fingers. So it was a great week. I'm really happy about that. And this week's goals, I'm going to stick with the 1200 because Q4 I'm not sure it's trending yet because that it was higher than the week before. We'll see if it starts trending, then I'll start upping my goals for the week. And then 30 eBay again. And then I'm changing it instead of new decals. I am going to be, and I'll get into the reasons why, boosting my other designs. And I'm calling it 20 new designs. That includes decals, t-shirts, and some new stuff I started selling. I started selling mugs and water bottles. I don't have any out, but I have a wholesale account with a water bottle company. And so I bring the water bottles out and I put decal designs on it for water, drinking, tracking, and stuff like that. They're already selling on eBay and the website. I got another order of them coming in today because I've almost sold out the ones I bought last week to try them out. So that leads into my next thing that's happening here is a lot of you may know that I also have a photography studio, and that used to be my main source of income after I quit my engineering job. And I quit my engineering job almost 10 years ago, I think. 2006, yeah, about almost 10 years ago. I just got fed up on a meeting one day. I went in there to my office, wrote my resignation letter, turned it in, and then I became self-employed. I had a studio I started, and I just devoted it full time, got my photography studio going. And then a few years ago, when the economy took a dip, that's when I started doing eBay and stuff to kind of pick up the slack. Well, now eBay and the vinyl decals has become my primary source of income, and photography is drying up. And it may be because I don't market as much as my photography. Maybe if I put a little more energy in it, it might pick it up a bit. But I kind of see it on the wall. I've seen other photographers that were in my line that have a studio. A lot of studio owners are closing up shop and have closed up shop. And I'm looking at the right end of the wall right now. It's October 24th. My last studio session was October 1st. And unfortunately, I just signed a new lease I want to say June, either May or June. So regardless, I have to pay my $550 rent plus the fees. So it's around $600 a month for my studio till at least then. But looking long term, I don't foresee, and I know I said this before, I said it last year around this time too, but this time I'm really taking a harder look at it. And I don't see my studio continuing on once my lease expires. And honestly, early next year, I may be looking at ways to get out of the lease and close the studio earlier, because it's this month alone. I have one photo order from the October 1st session, and the photo order looks to be like $330. That's not going to pay the rent for next month. So if the studio can't make its rent for long term, then it's going to be an anchor around my neck. So I'm going to be trying to get the money. The short answer is I need to step up the game a little bit more, with eBay and I'm not going to say Amazon. That's another subject, but going at FBA. But I have to look for other avenues for income, and I've been doing real well. And Q4 is picking up, and we're still living off the last Q4s because I had a viral decal that really did well, and I haven't found that decal for this Q4. But I got to ramp up the game. That's why I started the water bottle. I'll show you the water bottles. I got this. I get these in 4 packs. See if I can get this one open. And they're just these are the blank ones, 24 ounce. And then I put decals, like I do a water tracker in there that tells you time of the day and drink your damn water, and put different sayings and motivation on the other side. I don't know about, I'd rather save the $600. Pinching Peso was asking about ways to multi-use that space. And I thought about that, but I have lots of space out here I haven't filled up and used in my garage. And if I was overflowing my garage, then I would, move stuff out. But I really like working in my pajamas or my underwear here at home. I like rolling out of bed and be able to start work. So, and if I can save that $600 a month and just work totally out of here, I'd be completely happy. And honestly, with the motivation for photography is not quite there anymore. It's because in the other side of the coin, like I said, studios are closing up because every mom, and this is nothing against moms out there, but every mom that has a kid gets a camera, and then as soon as the kid turns 1, she's a photographer. And since the husbands, and again, I'm not really bashing, I'm just explaining, the husband has a full-time job, so she really doesn't need to support herself with that photography. So they charge cutthroat rate. There's no way if the person had to live on that money, they would be able to. But since they have the husband's income, they're just doing it as a hobby, making extra spending money. They don't think as a photography industry as a whole and how they're dropping the market down price-wise. So, Deb, that's what I might have to do is figure a way. I used to rent the studio out to a friend that did aerobics and yoga in there, but she's now one of those LaRuru leggings people, and she actually bought another, or leased her own space so she can sell leggings out of it. So I'll look for avenues to keep going, to make it break even until the lease ends. But even what I got to start thinking about now in the meantime is making the extra money, so when that does go away and I do totally cut the strings from photography, then I'm still making the money in. And the plan is get out of the debts, which I'm almost all the way out of. I only have really one credit card left, the house second. Now the wife has a few credit card debts, and she has her student loan still, and our finances are separate, so I'm not really including her. But we're also trying to refinance the house. I do have my car payment still too. So if we refinance the house, we're going to get rid of the credit card, and both our car debts, but we have a little of a hurdle to get over with to get that loan still, and we're working on that. But that's part of the plan, and the other part is to keep all my revenue streams and increase them. So that's why my goals are changing, because sourcing, let's go back to the eBay part. Sourcing for me has been kind of slim. Now, I have mentioned before, I don't do garage sales as much anymore because I really get tired of the stop and go, getting out of the car, getting in the car. Some of you guys know I do have fibromyalgia, at least that's what the doctors tell me. And it wears on you, that up and down. So my sourcing now mainly consists of at least one or a couple thrift stores each day after I go to the post office. And then there's a haul, what they call the Great Santee Yard Sale, which is a haul place that hauls estate sales and storage units and then sells it out of their yard. I find some things there. That's where I found that espresso machine. And then the swamp meet on Saturdays and Sundays. And last week was pretty dry as far as sourcing. So, but I continue to, this week, I found this great Hero Curler. And in hindsight, I know Deb likes hearing me say that. I don't know why I bought it, because I bought it for $5 and it only sells for 15 with free shipping. I don't know. I just kind of got it. I wasn't thinking. And then I got this remote today for $1, but it had battery corrosion on there. But I decided to go ahead and take a chance, and I got it all cleaned up and tested it, and it works, and it sells for 20 to 30. So I love remotes. But I'm caught up on listing everything new that I found in my office. I do have a backlog of stuff out in the garage that I still need to get to, but it's mainly games that I don't even know if are complete and parts and stuff. So I have some stuff I can still do if I don't find things. And so the next part of the equation is my decals, which I have my own website for, and I sell them on eBay as well. So the goal is to get, a few decals, new decals created every day, because decals are like throwing, excuse my expression, throwing crap on the wall and seeing what sticks. Not every decal will sell. On my own website, I don't care. I just throw them up there and forget them because I'm not paying a listing fee. I'm not paying anything for that. I have a small web design hosting business. So basically my hosting is free. So I just throw things up there. eBay on the other hand, I have the Medium store, which gives me 1,000 free listings. And I'm getting close to having 1,000 items in my store. And so that means I'll start to be going over that 3,000 listings as I start to relist things every 30 days. So I got to start thinking about that. And I've already started going through there and removing like the old game parts that aren't selling. And I go through and review the decals once a week. And any decals I know have been up there about a year and have not sold at all, I remove those. They're on my website. Somebody wants them to kind of free up room. But in the next few months, I might have to start thinking about going to the Anchor store, which I really don't want to do because that's like $100. How much is that? $150? If anybody out there knows offhand, you can shout it out. But that's a lot, and I really don't want to go there yet. I may not. I don't know yet. So, but that's the decals. And then I also have a T-shirt website, which does not get a lot of traffic. So I'm starting, and on that T-shirt site, I sell T-shirts and coffee mugs with the designs some of the designs I use on the decal. And so what I'm starting to do is I'm going to start taking those T-shirts and mugs and start moving them over to my decal site, which gets the traffic. It gets 100 to 150 visitors a day. And that usually equates to an average of a sale or two a day. I wish it was more. But that will hopefully get me more traffic for the T-shirts and mugs. And I'm going to start making a goal to at least get one mug and one T-shirt design. Well, the T-shirts may take a little more, but at least one mug a day up there as well. And the T-shirts, I'm hoping to do more T-shirts that I can throw up on merch as well. And we're going to the other thing. So like I said, multiple streams. So the T-shirts I can list on my own website, and most of them I can put up on merch as well. And those are both put them up and forget them. Because on my website, they all get fulfilled through Printful and merch. Amazon fulfills. So I'm trying to get more design. I keep on reading about these people that throw up designs, and they have, I don't know how they do it. They do 100 to 200 designs, See you later, Swamp. I have a hard time coming up with designs, but I know Margaret has a bunch of designs up there, and she said she had her first $100 or $200 day. And I know, I can't think of her name. She used to be in the Reseller Society and one of the founders, and she left. But she has a bunch of t-shirts and making good money too. So I just want to get a bunch of t-shirts. I mean, today in merch, it's going gangbusters. I've sold 5 t-shirts today, but it's all one t-shirt that I have a feeling is going to dry up when the election's over. It's a political-based t-shirt. So those are, and also going on the water bottles. I want to get more design of the water bottles up and hopefully sell more of those. I've been selling one of those a day. So, but that's where I'm at for the future. I need to get these other recurring revenue streams going. Katie Patton, that's it, Michael. Thanks, Katie Patton. Yeah, she's doing real well with merch. So, I got some inspiration yesterday from Catherine Shelton from Treasure Hunter. If you guys don't know her, you should check out her group. And she had a video up this weekend on how to create t-shirts on an app on your phone. And that got me, I created one last night. I actually couldn't figure it out on my phone, so I ended up just doing Photoshop, but that's besides the point. But I just want to get more t-shirts and just start throwing t-shirts up. And hopefully a couple of them will start selling, because that's free money. I mean, you only make $7. I mean, some of them you can make $10 per shirt. It's not a lot, but when they start selling, like this week, I've been selling 2 or 3 t-shirts a day on merch. That's a car payment. So anyway, so that's that item. I'm working to getting the income replaced to replace the photography business, which right now I probably could. eBay alone last month, or the last 30 days, I did over 3,000. You know, I'm in California, so my bills are a little bit higher and things cost a little more here. So I got to get that up. I'd like to get up to 4,000 with all my incomes together, which I did do last month. So I'm almost there. Another thing for the future plans is I have to get back to pulling out money each month or each week for federal taxes. I used to do that, and so I wouldn't sweat taxes. But the last 2 years, I have not been doing that, and then I get shell-shocked when I do my taxes, and I owe $6,000 to $7,000. Tom, I'm down in San Diego, down not quite as expensive as San Francisco, but we're still probably the second or third most expensive area in California, if not top 10 in the States. But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna start getting regimented. So every week I'm gonna pull a little bit of money out to put into a savings account for the federal taxes, and also start recontributing to my IRA. I stopped contributing to my IRA a couple years ago before I started doing eBay, when crap hit the fan and I needed money for bills and everything else. But I need to start contributing money back to my IRA. So I'm getting close to that. Taxes. I mean, it's funny because I just finished the payment plan for 2012 because they came back and said I still owe them money. We're on a payment plan for 2014. So now I'm hoping to get back on a payment plan for 2015. We're waiting. I sent them $1,000 to hopefully, knock that down a bit. But yeah, I don't want to do those payment plans. So what I used to do is I used to have an automatic deduction of, I think, $100 a week that got deducted from my business account and went to my ING account, which is now Capital 360. And back then, the ING account paid a decent interest rate. It was actually 2 to 3%. And I had 3 automatic deductions back then. The 3? I think it was 3. One was for federal taxes. One was for my property taxes. and one went to my IRA. But I've stopped doing all those back when I need money for food. And that's why I haven't taken money out for taxes or anything. I need money for food and the bills. And kind of got behind on the taxes. So that's why I need to get back now that I'm doing a little bit better, even though photography is not doing so sweet. I'm going to reset up the automatic to IRA and for taxes. Be a small amount for now, but even a small amount will help. Even after the end of the year, I've only saved up $2,000 or $3,000 toward federal taxes. That's still better than nothing. And I usually get it down to like this year, I end up owing from federal about $7,600.
Unknown caller.
Go away. So that's it for my future plans and future goals. I know that's kind of rambling. If you guys have any questions or comments or snarky remarks, Deb, then say them now because I'm running out of breath and I'm feeling lightheaded, but that's probably because I drank a Frappuccino this morning and I know better. I should not drink those things. They affect me weird. Make me really weird. What's up, kitty cat? Charlotte decided to come in and join us. So, yeah. No hauls to show you because everything's either listed or I didn't find much. Tanning products. Remember tanning products? They're doing well. I've now paid off, sold enough to pay everything off that I bought. And so I already made profit on all that and everything. I got a voicemail there. Every tanning product I sell now is pure profit. So that's a good thing. But no questions. And that's it for goals for next week. And future goals, we'll have another video soon. I have a couple ideas I want to talk about. My shipping program. Another follow-up on Printful. That's it. Either the chat died or I died. My daughter's home. Just walked up the steps. And there she is. Hi. So I will talk to you all guys later. I'm going to wrap this up. And if you have any questions for future videos or anything, leave it down in the chat. I appreciate it if you guys like or subscribe. If you subscribe, you can check off to get notifications when I do go live or do other videos again. Let me refresh my window over here. Maybe that's just it. I can't see the chat. Nope, same chat. Hi.
I'm hungry.
Okay. So with that note, see everybody. See Deb and Tom. And that's it. Talk to you guys later.